Try to put it all together today. We have been discussing the Lord's Prayer over the past few weeks, and we've been offering some of the Amplified Media uh, videos by Adam Hamilton about the Lord's Prayer that have really asked us to think deeply. And then yesterday, during our worship service, Jason pulled out the golden rule from Luke 6. And I'm going to remind you of that verse 6, Luke 6, verse 31. And that is treat people in the same way that you want them to treat you. Particularly in this context, it's talking about loving our enemies, loving the people that are hard to love sometimes, but that also means forgiving people, even when it is hard to forgive. And so I want us to look at those things together today, the Lord's Prayer and treating others as you would have them treat you. And so let's pull it all together. Let's pull it all together. And I want to invite you to think about yourself as a prayer. We've been talking about the Lord's Prayer, and we've been talking about how we are our own answer to the prayer, right? We are, when we say lead us, we are asking God to lead us so that we will not go into temptation. When we say lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil, we're asking God to lead us so that we are active in that. When we say give us today our daily bread, and we're talking about this give us, that we are in fact part of that prayer, that we are working towards making sure everyone else has their daily bread. So when we are praying the Lord's Prayer, we are participating in it. And so when God and through Jesus is asking us to love our enemies, He's asking us to participate in it. Treat others as you would like to be treated. He's asking us to participate in that. Paul also asks us to participate in that when he says, pray continuously. And so we are putting all these things together, like, how can we do all this? Pray all the time and make sure others have their daily bread and treat others as they want to be treated. That's a lot of demands on us as Christians, we think. But I want us to invite you to think about how it's all connected. It all might be the same. That as if we are living as if we are a prayer, then maybe we are treating others as we want to be treated. Maybe we are loving our enemies. Maybe we are providing daily bread. Maybe we are hallowing God's name. I want to read some words for you today from Brother Richard Rohr. I've used him before in our devotions. I've used some of his words, and I think he calls us to be a prayer. So hear these words from Richard Rohr. When we live from our true self in God, religion is not about requirements. It's about relationship, the quality and capacity of our relatedness to God and others. The essential self can say prayers, but this true self also is a prayer. Read that again. The essential self can say prayers, but the true self also is a prayer. Just by being, just by walking from here to there, it is a prayer. That's why Paul can say something like, pray continuously, always pray, from 1 Thessalonians. He can't mean that we should walk around saying our fathers all the time, all day, but we can pray always when we live in conscious union with God. We can pray always when we live in conscious union with God. The surprise for most of us is that this place of relationship with God is really not about being perfect. This self in God will still make mistakes, but it lives from a center other than its own. It's hard to get a feel for this until we've met a centered person, someone grounded and in union with God. So, you are a prayer. You are an answer to the prayer. You are part of the prayer. When you say daily, Lord, have me treat others as I want to be treated. As we say daily, give us this day our daily bread and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. When we pray these things, when we center ourselves in God, when we live in a conscious union with God, we are a prayer. So I encourage you. You are a prayer. All of these things that we are being asked, when we are asked to love our enemies, when we're asked to treat others as we want to be treated, when we're asked to provide and give others their daily bread, we do that because we are living with God. We are living with God as our center. We are living in union with God. We are a prayer. Thanks be to God. Go today and be a prayer. Go out today and treat others as you want to be treated, knowing that that's because you are centered around God, that you have your faith centered around your union with God. You are a prayer. If you are joining us online, we invite you to text your prayers to us. We would love to be in prayer with you. If you are online and want to join us, we're going to jump over to our free conference call and we are going to have a time of prayer. We're going to keep being a prayer. We're going to keep this time together alive and lift up one another. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you have a great day.